Hey, what's up guys? It is Yoda here from Yoda Games, and today guys, we are back with another Ark Dino guide. As you can see here before me, I have the first 4 round winners actually. Now the Dire Bear going on with the Calicotherium, the Carbonemys Turtle, and the Aranio Spider, which I'm probably going to have to get another spider in here because I had to boost that one up back before I reset all the animal stats and stuff, but that'd be alright. I'll just get another one, get rid of that one. But yeah, guys. Now we are back with another Dino guide, and now we have the next 5 contestants here. Let's see. First up, we have the Dodo Bird. Next is the Diodicarus, the Dung Beetle, the Equus Horse, and the Gallimimus. We'll go over these guys here in just a second. Another thing I want to talk about is Ragnarok. The free DLC comes out July 4th, which is tomorrow. And also the Ark bundle that comes out on August 8th. You guys can go right now to ark.com and pre-order that. You guys get DLCs. You guys get the Ragnarok DLC with the pre-ordered bundle. You guys get the Dinosaur Dossier, which is a book that tells you about all the dinosaurs and stuff. You get the Scorched Earth DLC. You get a whole bunch of stuff with it. You get a cloth map of the island. It's really cool. You guys have definitely got to check that out. It's only for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So if you guys have those and you guys are interested in getting Ark, you should definitely check that out at ark.com. But yep, without any more announcements here, let's go ahead and get started. First up, guys, we have the Dodo Bird. These guys are probably one of the greatest tames you could have in this game. These guys are the equivalent of a chicken, in all honesty. They're not much use in a fight. You can train them to be guard dogs. You know, have them patrol around your house or whatever. Somebody breaks in your house, you got a Dodo Bird or multiple Dodo Birds attacking them. My main thing for them, let me take that HUD away real quick so you guys can get better looks at them. My main use for Dodo Birds are I like to tame a bunch of them and then use them pretty much for eggs. They lay a bunch of eggs, especially if you get them in a group and you have them all wandering around. They'll lay a bunch of eggs, and you can use those eggs to make kibble. You can eat the eggs, you know, if you don't have much food. But yeah. So let's talk about these guys a little bit here. They only eat berries. They do not have a favorite kibble, and they are a standard knockout tame. The kibble that they produce is preferred by the pterodon or pterodactyl, the Ichthyosaurus, which is pretty much like a dolphin. We'll see one of them in the water dino guide, and the Mesopithecus, which I think is the monkey. I'm not sure. There's a lot of Pithecus in here. You can't put a saddle on, but you can pick them up and carry them around with you, which is kind of cool. But the Dodo Birds aren't the brightest dinos in the game. So, like, yeah. Let's put him back over here in the group here, next to the Dio. Let's see right here. They are breedable. They only take 15 hours and 50 minutes to reach full maturation. I know they come in a wide variety of colors. I've seen black ones, pink ones, golden ones, orange, green, you name it. They all come in different colors, like most of the dinos. They are herbivores, so they only eat fruits and vegetables. They are all around the island, mostly on beaches and rivers and stuff, but you see them in jungles and all kinds of things. They only drop raw meat and hide, so if you need a quick snack and a little bit of hide to make something, Dodo Birds are a good place to go to. They can be carried by everything, as far as it says here. Yep, pterodons, tapajars, argentavis, quetzal, wyvern, capra, megalosaur. They can actually break thatch bases, which are pretty interesting. You can bolo them, you can bear trap them, a plant-wide trap, but you don't really need to trap them. I mean, they're really slow, and they won't attack you. They can fit through door frames, dinosaur gates, and behemoth gates. And next we'll go on to the Diodicarus. These guys are pretty much like armadillos. They're really cool. That tail is a very lethal weapon. That's like getting hit with a flail, a morning star, or a big like spiked mace or something. I mean, these things are really interesting. And here, let's get a side by side with one of these things for size comparison. They're not really all that big, but they're that hide on their back, this big shell on their back. If they get hit enough times, they'll actually curl up in the shell and they're protected, and they'll take longer to die. Let's see here. They're pretty slow. They have that swing with their tail. Whop! And they can do a roll, which is actually an attack that will pretty much deal some damage. They're kind of like a wrecking ball. I almost killed the dodo bird. It's like, whoops. Well, gotta get another one. But yeah, these guys are they're really cool. They prefer Dilophosaur kibble, which we saw in the last dino guide here, and they eat fruits and vegetables. They are a standard knockout team. They don't produce a kibble, which I think is pretty interesting. And you learn their saddle at level 30. You have to craft that in a smithy. They are breedable dinosaurs. They take 2 days, 15 hours, and 20 minutes to reach full maturation. And let's see here. Their nickname is the Dodio, or Diode or something like that. I don't know. They're found mostly near mountains, but occasionally also on the beaches. I've actually only seen one on a beach. I think it's kind of interesting. But they drop raw meat, hide, and keratin. The keratin coming from those horns and the spikes. And they harvest stone, obsidian, sand, thatch, metal, and wood. It's pretty cool. They can only be carried by a quetzal and a wyvern. They can break wood and thatch bases, and they can only be trapped by a large bear trap. And they only fit through dinosaur gates and behemoth gates. So yeah, these dinos are pretty interesting. They're pretty good to have if you need to harvest a bunch of rock and stuff like that. Next up, we have the dung beetle. These things are actually very vicious, and you can pick them up. You can pick them up. They're a little carry pet. See, they're really cool. But let's talk about them a little bit. Toss them down. The dung beetle, yes, as you can guess, they only eat feces or shit or crap or whatever you want to call it. And they are a non-violent tame, so you can't knock them out and tame them. I found out the best way to do it is to put on a ghillie suit and bug repellent, and then creep up behind them, feed them, and back off like most passive tames. But yeah, they're really interesting. They don't have a saddle, they don't produce a kibble, and they don't have a favorite kibble. And they are not breedable dinosaurs. Their nickname is the beetle. The type of herbivore, carnivore, whatever, it's actually referred to as a poop eater. So it's kind of funny, I think. And they're mostly found in caves. I haven't seen any on beaches or in the jungle or anything. And they drop raw meat and chitin, and they harvest oil, raw prime meat, and raw meat. They can be carried by the Argentavis, the quetzal, the wyvern, the capro, and the megalosaurus. They can break thatch bases. Let's see here. They're only trapped by plant Y traps, bolos, and bear traps, and they only fit through door frames, dinosaur gates, and behemoth gates. So yeah, these guys are really cool. I really think they're cool. I like the colors that they come in. They have a whole like different slew of colors, and at certain angles you can see the little rainbow shimmers on them. They're really interesting, and yeah. I think seeing one of these guys go into that grouping there might be a very bad idea. Same as the dodo bird. I think the Diodicarus over there might do really good. Next, we move on to the Equus horse. These things actually caught a lot of hell when they first debuted in the game, when they first appeared in the update. People were saying, "Oh man, why would you want horses in a game where you can ride dinosaurs?" Me personally, I like horses. I was hoping that they would add horses into the game, and when they did, I was so excited. And I actually really like the Equus. They're extremely interesting. And will you shut up, you big, loud, compy-looking motherfucker? Those eyes are creepy. Stop staring at me. Damn Gallimimus. But no. The equus are actually a interesting tame, and they only eat two things: rocket root, which are carrots, and troodon kibble. We'll see troodons in a later video, and they are passive tamed. Some important info about the equus: you can tame the equus by putting food in your last slot of your hotbar, feeding it, and then jumping on its back. You need to keep feeding it when on its back, but only when it indicates that it needs to be soothed. If you fall off, your current taming progress is halved, so be careful. So these guys are pretty much like breaking a wild horse. You know, you have to kind of feed it, you have to, ride it, get it, used to being ridden. And like I said, they prefer troodon kibble, and you learn their saddle at level 25 and craft that in the smithy. So they're pretty interesting. And let's see, they are breedable. They take 3 days, 15 hours, and 54 minutes to reach full maturation. They are herbivores. They're rideable. Their most common location is all around the island. I've only seen 2, maybe 3 wild ones, but I haven't really been looking for them. And they drop raw meat, hide, and pelt. They can be carried by the quetzal, the wyvern, and the megalosaurus. They cannot damage any bases. They are only affected by large bear traps, bolos, and plant-wide traps. And they fit through dinosaur gates and behemoth gates. So yeah, these are definitely interesting, and I love the different colors that they come in too. Just like the dung beetle. Where's he at? Oh, he's right there. So yeah, they come in a wide variety of different color schemes. Some are white, black. I've seen gray, kind of like this color. I saw a bluish one and a brown one once. And now we'll go on to the Gallimimus, this little creepy-eyed bastard here. If you guys remember the Compy, I think that was in the same category as the Calicotherium. That was the 3rd episode. But if you remember the Compy, they have a very similar build to the Gallimimus. These are pretty much giant Compies. These guys will run from you. They won't attack you. And let's see, they're herbivores. They eat berries and vegetables, and they prefer Dimetrodon kibble. It's interesting. I actually did not know that. And they're a standard knockout team if you can catch one of these things. These guys are fast as hell. They eat Dimetrodon kibble. The kibble that they produce is preferred by the Terrorbird and the beaver, which we saw in the with the Compy and Calicotherium in the 3rd episode. You learn their saddle in the you have to craft it in the smithy. You learn it at level 30. And the cool thing about the Gallimimus is I think their most usefulness is in hunting, because you can have 3 people on a Gallimimus at a time, 2 in the front and 1 in the middle driving it. So I think that's actually pretty interesting. So they have their uses like every dino does. And they are breedable. They take 1 day, 4 hours, and 10 minutes to reach full maturation. They're found everywhere on the island. They drop raw meat and hide. They harvest berries and thatch. So I did not know they actually harvest thatch. That's pretty interesting, which, judging from those little claws and stuff, you'd think they'd be able to. But they can be carried by the quetzal, the wyvern, and the megalosaurus. They can break wood and thatch bases. You can bolo them, and you have to use large bear traps to trap them. None of the other stuff will work. And they can only fit through dinosaur gates and behemoth gates. These guys come in some pretty cool colors too. Each dino has different colors that they come in. Some are, I've seen red, green, blue, purple, orange, white, yellow, black, all different colors. But yep, I want to know which one of these guys which one of these dinos you guys want to see go into the next round with the Araneos spider, the Carbonemys turtle, the Calicotherium, and the dire bear. Because if I have to pick, I'm honestly gonna have to go with the Equus. But part of me has to go with the Diodicarus, because those spikes in that tail is just devastating. I want to see what that can do up against, like, say, the dire bear or something like that. So it's definitely going to be an interesting tournament. So let me know down in the comments which one of these guys you want to go ahead into the tournament, and you will see him there. that's going to sum it up for this video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment, smash that like button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. May the force be with you.